everyone.
How are
Hey,
you
I love
today?
this. I love this email, and Ron, the meeting starts in 10 minutes. It's great, great improvement. I like that.
We're working on it, man. We're trying to get better over here. Trying to get better. We even got a new website for it. So now everyone can go to Speaker Co-working and you can watch all the past episodes if you needed to review anything. And you can share it to invite other people. So trying to build a business. Trying to build the business.
Am I seeing something? Is your sofa moved from one side to the other?
No, it's always there. So,
No, it wasn't always there. It's over there.
no, it's not possible. Let me tell you why. Because I'm not gonna move the TV and the fish tank and everything. So I promise you, it's now what you may be seeing is an optical illusion that kind of does this, right? I think you're muted.
I know I wasn't going cuckoo.
Yeah, no. So I flip it sometimes because I need it to mirror so that if my kids come in, I see them, but I'll look the wrong way, and I need to be able to see exactly what's going on behind me. So that's what it is. But no, it's been in the same place, same everything. Yep.
I see.
I said,
Yep.
Ron.
My
Kevin.
little pets over there. Hey,
Hi.
Kevin out at the beach.
Hi, everyone.
Sarad, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Kevin's at the beach. The beach.
Well,
The beach.
in my fantasy, yes.
Hey,
Although,
man.
because I'm looking out the window at snow.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I was actually at a beach just like that this weekend. So
Don't brag.
look, they didn't. I don't have an exclusive airport. Anybody can buy a ticket and go wherever you want to go,
Oh,
man.
God, this
That's
is
true.
minus 19 today in Canada and a snowstorm yesterday. My fantasy is to end up my other life a beach bum.
Yeah, it's not.
Have time. You still have time.
Yeah, it ain't that hard, man. It's a lot easier than you think.
That's true. I'll be on a beach in the Bahamas in about 2 weeks.
This weekend my whole family almost stayed at the beach because I was about to leave them. It's gonna be the easiest decision. I'll tell y'all a funny story. Like this is the hilarious thing. So, in Colombia, most people don't drive, right? So they don't drive. So, most people use public transportation or Uber or taxis. So, to the extent that we don't even own a car, right? So let's add that to the perspective. Like, I don't even own a car. I use Uber all the time. But my partner decided she wanted to go get her driver's license a couple months ago. And I'm like, cool, go ahead. But I don't have a car to drive, so this is low risk. I don't have to worry about her crashing into anything, you know? So this weekend we go out to vacation and we have these little Kawasaki kind of heavy duty golf carts, you know. It's like a little truck, but it's a golf cart, but it's kind of bigger than a golf cart. And she's like, "Can I drive it?" I'm like, "Nope, I'm good. We just gonna keep going, right?" Then 4 more times, "Can I drive? Can I drive?" I'm like, "All right, no, But it's like, do you want to have a crappy weekend, or do you just let her drive? So, I let her drive. 5 minutes later, plows through a stoplight, runs over 4 bikes. So I had to pay for 4 bikes over the weekend. Like I'm just totally upset about this, right? But yeah, so yeah, they almost got left. All of them. AJ's laughing because AJ saw the video and all the aftermath. But yeah, so I had to repair a bunch of motorcycles this weekend and pay off the police to not so I could get off the island. And, my family was almost beach bums because I was leaving because I wasn't driving, so I was good. Like it wasn't me. You gotta keep her.
Oh, I love the beach. So I go vacation with my family, which we do once a year. And when they say, "Where's Jasmine?" they always know where to find me on the beach.
No, that's cool. Yeah, no, man. I mean, the beach is great as long as, just yeah, it was a bad deal. But hey,
What
I
place?
survived. Nobody was
What
injured.
place were you at, Ron?
I
What
was in
location?
a little small island called San Andres Island. It's right next door to it's San Andres and Provincia. It's right next to Nicaragua and Honduras. Little bitty place. You can drive all the way around the entire thing in 30 minutes, right? But hey, everybody, welcome to the SpeakerHub Co-working. Good to see you all. Speaker co-working is what we call it. We see you all every day at 12 noon until 1, where we help speakers that we know and even speakers that we don't know to get booked on more stages. So this is where we normally ask questions, give support, share ideas, share wins, motivate, push you a little bit further than what you're expecting. But also, some people are here just to pitch. It's a normal co-working session. You don't have to listen to anything I say. You can mute your computer and just chime in whenever you have a question. So, yeah. So outside of, I'm glad to see you all here because yeah, it's but yeah, when she crashed through the motorcycles, I'm sitting in the car like, yeah. All the drama starts, and I'm like, this is not what I signed up for. But we made it back home. Everybody's here. Looks like we have Sananda Jones, who's new with us. Sananda, if you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do, and that will help us to better understand how we can help you, not just as speaker, but as a community, just in case if opportunities come up and they may want to share it with you. So if you want to unmute and introduce yourself, that would be great.
Hi guys, how you doing this morning? My name is Sananda Jones. Yes, I've been invited with Dr. Yvette Begees. She was educating me on this Speaker Hub, and she encouraged me to join in today to learn more about it. So I'm excited to learn about the services that you offer and see how I could we can use it to further our ventures. Thanks for the welcome.
No, it's a big deal. That's super huge. So you're always welcome here to ask any questions if you run into any issues with the system or understanding how the software works. You can always come and ask. Kevin, what you want to introduce Bow Wow over there? Kevin out there with his
Sorry, he just wants to be in my lap all the time. This dog loves me way more than I deserve. This is Bruno.
What up, Bruno Mars? Good to see you.
Exactly. The grandkids named him after Bruno Mars. Exactly.
I get it.
I'm about to put him down because I can't write and keep notes with him distracting me.
That makes sense. Any questions about anything? Any topics you all want to cover? If not, I'll go to my list of topics and I'll cover things that I think are important. But any topics you all have?
Ron, do you want to ask here what you reached out about last night?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Angela. I will wait for, let him finish with his list and I will ask at the end because, right?
No, we can take it now.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. So I reached out to Angela, Ron, yesterday about the SpeakerHub profile, and we talked about this before. It's not when I go to the profile dashboard, it's saying incomplete. And I was wondering what is the main, my question is basically, what is the main or the essential part that we really need to fill out to make the SpeakerHub profile outstanding? Because before, as you know, I deleted all the old podcasts and publication I had in LinkedIn and my Instagram, because now everything we do in the media, it's searchable in Google. So if you Google me, you'll see all the podcasts, all the clips, all the snippet, everything is there searchable. So when I reach out to some podcast host, they ask me about if I have a media kit or if I have a speaker one sheet. And I was wondering how we can make that speaker one sheet available on our profile as a PDF, something like, you remember when we did the summit and you have that nice marketing flyer for the summit that have everybody's pictures and like detail about what they are doing. So I was hoping if you can touch that area about the profile of the Speaker Hub and how we can make it a good um, presentation about what we have.
Okay, so let's kind of add some context to this, right? So the SpeakerHub page here that I'm going to share with my screen and share Saran's speaker page. So this speaker page is where you put all of the details about what you do, where you can add your videos, your photos, any of the things that you do, your expertise, your speaker reels, all of that is here on the speaker page, right? So let me log out so you can see exactly what Saran's looks like when it's not in the admin panel. So this is what it looks like, right? Now, Saran can do a few things. She can add more videos and photos for sure, right? She can add, if she has any training, she can add her trainings there. She can add examples or things she wants to download. If she wants to get testimonials from different podcast hosts that she's been on, they can do their recommendations. She can put a background photo, right? So I'm just going to compare hers to another person so you can see the ways that this can go. So if we go Sean Fair, right? So I'm going to bring up Sean's profile here, and I know he's filled his all the way out. So Sean and Saran both have gold profiles. You see they both say gold right next to it. All right, 1 second, reload. But Sean and Saran, they both have a gold profile. But Sean has a background here that shows all of the different media publications he's been in, great logo there, and he says he's #1 leadership and management expert, right? But at least he put some type of banner across the top. Where say Ron, she hasn't added that banner just yet, right? But then underneath, he even put his titles. Say Ron just has her name. Sean says, look, I'm a Forbes council member and all these different things. So he puts that there. You see how just little small things are missing? When we come down, well, what's his current position and achievements? Saran doesn't have any of that there. That section is missing. But then you go down to bio. Well, he has several bios. He has his regular bio, and then he has his leadership bio, right? Saran has her bio, but then she has her degrees, which is okay. But if you talk about two different topics, you want to be able to show those two different topics. Does that make sense? When we scroll down, Sean even gives examples of his presentations. He gives 9 presentations that he normally gives, 8 presentations that he normally gives, and then he shows you 9 other talks that he's given with some dates. Even though these aren't updated, at least he's showing you past events that he's done that he could have linked to so that you could have watched them if he wanted you to, right? But you see how that's not there at all. That whole section is missing for Saran. Underneath, we come down to photos. He has 155 photos and videos of him being interviewed on the radio, him with speaker reels and promo reels of him giving talks, showing himself on different stages. But he also has 130 pictures of him in action. So there's no doubt that if you put him in front of the media, he knows what to say. If you put him on the radio, he knows what to say. If you put him in a room with round tables, he's comfortable in that room. If you put him on a big stage like a TEDx talk, he's comfortable on that stage, right? So Sean is doing what we call giving event planner insurance. He's assuring the event planner that, hey, by dealing with me, it's going to be easy. I'm going to make it as easy as possible because I'm a professional. Here are 28 articles that other people have written about me or 28 other times I've been covered in the press, right? Again, he's just constantly giving you reaffirmation that he's the right person. You want to try him out? Click on one of these videos, right? got to scroll all the way back up.
Um,
But I can try him out by clicking on this video here. And he's done a professional video. Get these for $20,
it's a great
right?
video.
But he's going to make sure that you know, whoa, this dude has the goods, and he's all the way in Budapest. Right? Now that's a fake thing he's put on there, but it's cool. Now, those are on stage. It doesn't show him talking, in which I would prefer to have something where we could hear a little bit of his speech. But I'm sure somewhere in here he probably has put something in there like that. But do you see the stark difference between the two? Right? So what you want to do is to make sure that you're putting your best image forward, right? So that's the first part. Is that fair, guys? Right? Because people need to try you out. They want to be able to, you know how you want to kind of investigate before, you talk to somebody, you're like, let me check them out first to kind of know who I'm talking to, right? So that's what that profile does on top of your regular webpage. The second part is something I want to ask AJ to talk about, because I think AJ and his strategy with one sheets is something that everybody, it's logical when he explains, you'll say, oh, this just makes sense. So the example I'm going to use before I let AJ explain what he does is this. I'm going to play a quick video from YouTube, and I think I can find this video. Stephen Curry chose Under Armour. I think that's what it's called. Why Steph Curry chose Under Armour, right? So watch this. Let's go here, and we'll listen to him explain why he went to Under Armour instead of Nike, right?
At one point in time, Stephen Curry had a shoe deal with Nike, but then something happened and now he doesn't. Let's just say if you're going to sign an athlete to a multi-million-dollar deal, you might want to know how to pronounce his name. What's up everybody, it's Jimmy, and Stephen Curry has almost single-handedly taken Under Armour from a distant afterthought of a brand to a real competitor with brands like Nike and Adidas. At this point, Curry's name is synonymous with under 40 and not just another athlete. And he was right, because Under Armour has allowed Steph to do things that no other brand correctly in the process. But the deal with Under Armour goes beyond the money. Curry called him Stefan, not Steph. Curry was with Nike for 4 years at this point, and forgot to change the names. Even though Steph joined the league years before them. The next mistake Nike made during their pitch was only offering Curry $2.5 million for the deal. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll take a cool $2.5 million to wear some shoes any day, but I'm not Stephen Curry. Under Armour, a much smaller company at the time, offered Curry $4 million. But it gets worse. During Nike's pitch to the Curry family, they used a slideshow, and one of those slides had Kevin Durant's name on it. Nike used the same exact slideshow during Durant's pitch and forgot to change the names. You can't make this stuff up. I mean, I've messed up slideshows here and there in high school, forgot to change a picture or two, but homie, really? But again, that's not even the worst part. The Nike rep that was pitching the deal to Curry called him Stefan, not Stephen. Curry was with Nike for 4 years at this point, and the man giving the pitch didn't even know his name. Needless.
Right? So I want to add a little bit, then I'm going to let AJ talk about this. One thing that I do here is I ask people to introduce themselves, right? And I always ask them to introduce themselves because I want to know how to say their names, right? But before I ask them to introduce themselves, I'm Googling them in the background, right? And I'm looking them up to see who they are so I know who works for who's with whomever, so that I kind of have some preparation before I invite somebody up to talk, right? But it also is better for me because I have some context on how to present SpeakerHub to them. Does that make sense? Now, a lot of times when people go and they get a one sheet made, they will just get the hard file, meaning that it's not editable. So I'm gonna let AJ do his thing, but just remember when you order your speaker one sheet or whatever, ask for the PDF and the source file, and you'll understand why. AJ, I'm going to spotlight you and let you talk about how you've secured gigs and how you secured a gig that turned into 4 gigs, whatever. Let me not bury the lead, but go ahead, AJ. You want to talk about this? We discussed this yesterday.
Yeah, so a lot of people, some of y'all might have been on a call the other day when the lady came on from the school and she was saying she needed speakers for her event. So she gave us a list of everything that was needed. I don't know how many people actually went and tried to get the gig. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Yeah.
So so I went through it. I sent mine over. And she asked for a one sheet, right? So the one thing I always do with all of my one sheets is I have what I call the universal one sheet. It has like my main stuff on it, but then on the side, it has the topics that I talk about. So one way, like when we got on the phone, she just kept saying like, "Oh my God, AJ, we want to have you because the topics that you speak on perfectly align with our programming." Now, the reason why they perfectly align is because I went and switched them to align with their programming. So I read what the programming was, and then I know what I speak about, and I just made my speech align to their programming. And she was like, "We felt like we need to have you because you speak about everything, like all of your topics are like on point with what we're talking about. So we actually want you to do 2 of the events, if you wouldn't mind, because like it's just so in alignment. So when you start hearing people say things like alignment and this is a perfect fit, it's like, yeah, there was some stuff that you could do to make sure that you are in alignment and that you do have a perfect fit. And it's literally about just making sure, like I send a different one sheet to everybody. Nobody gets my same one sheet because all of my topics are based off of what they need.
So no, thank you, AJ. So if you've been with us for a while, you've always heard me talk about your job as a speaker is not to be an innovator, meaning show how smart you are. Your job is to be an accelerator, meaning that you can push the agenda of the person who's hiring you. So if they need a leadership speaker, adjust your topic to talk about leadership. If they need something on this, adjust your topic to talk about that. We do it in our minds, but we don't take it all the way out. It's no different than Nike leaving Kevin Durant's name on their presentation. Nike could have easily said, "Yeah, y'all teammates, you knew I was talking about you. Yeah, but you already offended me. You didn't, I wouldn't work 15 minutes of you reading through the recommendation for the event and customizing that. Hey, Ron, I know you talk about sales, but you're going to be talking to management who isn't actually closing deals. So I'm going to go to that website and I'm going to say, I can show you how to communicate your ideas to your team to get buy-in. That's called sales, right? But it's sales from a management perspective. It's my job to be able to adjust what I do to the agenda of the person who is considering me. No different than how you would adjust a PowerPoint presentation or you would adjust, like my background is financial advisory, but I have to adjust all of my analogies to thought leaders and speakers now. I can't come on here talking about mutual funds and annuities. Y'all don't care about that. But I use the same analogies I've been using for 20 years. Does that make sense? So it's that your job is to take your topic and adjust it into the exact motive of that event. Does that make sense? So you've heard me say it many a times. There's only 3 speeches that have ever been given. Teach someone how to be a better leader. You can teach someone how to improve a skill. You can teach someone how to make money. Your job is to adjust your topic so that it fits into one of those 3 categories for the conference person that's hiring you. Thanks, AJ, for sharing. Here's how you do what AJ's talking about. Get the PDF and the source file. A lot of times you really just want the source file so that you can make the adjustment. I will give you all a link here in the chat. I'm going to put it in here of several one sheets that you all could use as templates, and then all you do is adjust it, and you excuse me, I ended up belching. You end up just adjusting that one sheet and saving it as a PDF and sending it out, right? So let's see, we got two of them. We got two different files we're going to share with you, right? I'm going to share mine, and then I'm going to share the one that Raquel uses. Raquel's maybe a bit more fancy than mine, right? So here are the two files. I'll share these in the chat. This is the one from Raquel. This is the standard SpeakerHub one sheet. If you are a lifetime member, if you have a lifetime account with SpeakerHub, not on monthly, but your lifetime, you have a lifetime account with us. If you send this over to Raquel, she will make this for you. This is included in your lifetime thing. She will make a one sheet for you where you can just come and adjust the colors to whatever colors you want. See how I can change this to red or whatever, but she will make a basic one sheet for you. Everyone else, I will share this in the chat. Here's another one that I put together, I had built, that gives you 5 different variations. They're not the best looking, but they're better than nothing, right? And you can make whatever changes you want to make to it to customize your own one sheets. So we're going to put this in the chat because marketing is the one thing that holds a lot of people back. It's that, oh, wait a minute, anyone with the link should not be an editor. Oh, well, maybe she's allowing them to, but I wouldn't do that. Wait, let me change that because I don't want y'all editing out. You can be a viewer and then you can copy it on your own. So everyone in the chat, there's the link to the 5 that I've made, and let me make a copy of this one from Raquel, and then we will share it with you guys because I don't want Katharini or Raquel to be upset with me. Shareable. Right. So here's the other version that you all can use. Is this helpful, guys? Let me all right, so we got a bunch of hands up, which is good. Throw your hands up, throw your hands up. It's like a party in this joint today. All right. This is a hot topic. AJ, thanks for helping out with this, man. It was something we talked about yesterday. I had no idea that would be the first question today. So we ain't always here when you call, but we always on time. Michelle, what's your question?
So my question kind of goes along with what I put into the chat yesterday. As we've been doing the pitches and stuff, we've been seeing a lot of people respond back that they don't, that we have to be on Podmatch in order for them to take us on as a guest speaker. Any words or comments about that? Just because it is a paid subscription and
no, pitch somebody else. Go to another one. Like, I mean, Podmatch and SpeakerHub and all the rest of them, we all do the same thing. To make that a requirement to be a guest in your podcast is kind of goofy. Just pitch somebody else. Follow up with other people. Just say thank you. All right. But I don't know why that would be a requirement. I guarantee you if Donald Trump or Tony Robbins reached out to him, they wouldn't say, you got to join Podmatch first. They're just being knuckleheads, you know. But if you want to join Podmatch, go ahead. But
we're trying to save money, so no.
I would just say pitch somebody else. Like you got 4 million podcasts, guys. You know. All right. So thanks, Michelle. Jasmine.
What I was going to ask earlier, I don't know if it fits in with the theme right now, what we're discussing. And the reason I'm asking is because I'm about to re-gig my website to make it more of a working website. But you had mentioned back a couple meetings back that you were going to do something for our website, the lifetime members, help us do. Can't remember.
Yeah, so there will be a piece of code that we'll put in your website to help you identify visitors. That's a new product that we're coming out with. It's not ready yet, but we will be testing it in the next week or so.
Okay, so I can go ahead and do what I need to do with mine.
Yeah, go ahead and do what you need to do. It's just a piece of code that nobody will ever see.
Okay.
Right? So you'll be getting the testing of that probably on Monday. You know, I did the final deal yesterday to get everything set up. So She ready on Monday.
Righty.
All right. Cool. Melissa, Yvette, you want to go ahead?
Yes. Welcome back.
Good to see
We
you.
went to associations earlier um, for locations in Georgia, and nothing came out. I don't know if you can open up associations in SpeakerHub Pro, and we actually selected the state of Georgia with no other filter. We didn't select a city, and
Yep.
nothing
Yeah, so
came
we
up.
have a filter issue that we discussed yesterday with the associations because they're not showing the countries either. But if you just in the search bar type in Georgia or whatever city, it should bring up everything in Georgia. You know, there's the search bar above the thing.
Yes.
If you just type Georgia in there, it should bring up everything in Atlanta, Brookfield, Augusta, all of that should come in when you type it in there.
Okay. So did I hear you imply that it would be changed or updated, or are we doing this temporarily
Yeah, I mean,
until?
this is an override. Anybody can do it anytime, but until the filters are fixed, then just type the city you want in the top.
Got it. Thanks.
It'll always work that way. Also, even after the filters are fixed, the search is the default override to everything. Make
Got
sense?
it.
Cool. Melissa.
Yeah, hey Ron. So I've got my assistant Faith here on the call, and I'm still trying to get her set up in the system, and so just resent an invitation to her. And I did set up a dummy Gmail account as my login so that she can log in as me and send my follow-ups for me. But in the meantime, I also want to set her up with her own team member account and waiting for her to accept that invitation. But I also set up a dummy team member account so that I can see what a team member account looks like. And as I was logging in as a member and signed in as a member to see what that looks like, I saw there's a message at the, here, I'll share my screen so you can see what this looks like. Hang on just a second. So it says connect your sending email account. Go to general account configuration here. So I'm assuming this is something that I have to do for each team member.
Well, no, it depends on if you want them sending from their personal accounts or if you want emails coming from you.
Okay, so if I do want the emails coming from me, so do I not? I mean,
yeah. So then you would connect if you want them coming from you, you have to log in and connect that email unless you want to give them that password.
So meaning at this point, now that I am where I am right now, is that where now I connect this account?
So whose account are you in? Because this one says Melissa Dinwiddie in the right corner. Is this your main account or is this the team member that's still under? You just have the same name for both?
This is a team member that's also happens to be my name.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you weren't in your main account. That's all. So we're on the same page. So you're in the team member account that has to have your same name. Okay.
It happens to have my same name.
This is where you would connect the email. If you want the emails to come and your team doesn't have your password, you would log into their account and connect the email account here.
Okay, so I would do that here and I would log in with the account that I want to send from.
Exactly. Yep.
So once Faith accepts the invitation, then I log in, then I would, I just want to make sure that I'm doing this right. So go back to admin and so now I'm in admin.
Yep, so now that's your main account. Yep.
And now I go to team, and once she accepts the invitation, then I would log in as member.
Yep, just like you just did. Go back to emails and connect that email account there.
Okay. And it's just confusing because I'd have the same name, but
yeah, but I get it.
Go back to emails and connect account. Okay.
Yep.
So with every team member, I would do that and make sure I have to go in there, log in as team member and connect that email.
Yep. Unless you want to give them your password. If you don't want to give them your password, that's the process.
Got it. Okay. And I don't have to set up anything here.
Don't touch any of that.
Okay. Great. Okay. So I'm just waiting for Faith to accept the invitation in order to set her up.
Yep.
Okay. And what happens if now I'm currently logged into SpeakerHub? What happens if she tries to log into SpeakerHub at the same time?
She has her own login. That's why you sent her the invitation.
Right, but what if she tries to log in with the main login at the same time? Because she also has the main login so that she can send follow-ups from my
so
account.
the login will only let one person be logged in at once.
Okay.
Right. So that's the one tricky side of it, is that we only let one person be logged in at once so that you're not getting duplicate work. So imagine if you and her are both logged in trying to send pitches to the same stuff. The system wouldn't know. So we have to log one person out when you log the other person in.
Okay. And then another question, since she's in another part of the world, is that going to cause any kind of weird flags with Google or something like that? Does she need to
not at all.
Does she need to be using a VPN or anything?
Nope, no VPN is necessary. You just want to, because she may be in a different time zone, you want to make sure that she's configured the time zone in her account to match the time zone you want the email sent out according to.
Okay, great. Terrific.
So if she's in the Philippines, right now in the Philippines, it's 1 a.m. And if she put her time zone as the Philippines, those emails are going to be going out at midnight in the States, right?
Right.
That's not the right time. So you want to make sure that her time zone is set to the time zone you want your pitches going out under.
Right, exactly. Okay, just wanted to make sure that if I needed a VPN or not. Okay,
No, you're doing great. Everything that you've said is exactly the way that we designed it to be, and you're on the right path.
Okay, so I'm just waiting for Faith to accept the invitation so I can set all that stuff up on the back end.
Yep. So Faith, accept the invitation. No, I'm just playing.
Okay, thank you so much, Ron.
Yeah, no problem. Any questions you ever have, let me know. Any other comments about the way to use your Speaker One sheets? Because I know we kind of spent 10 minutes on that, and then we went to 5 other questions. So
yes, okay. I'll wait for Kevin after Kevin.
Okay, Kevin, go ahead.
Okay, I have used one of your templates to create my one sheet, and I was having problems trying to put it onto the PitchDB profile. So I have no idea how to do that.
Yeah. So
tried.
you don't put it. We don't allow attachments from our thing. It's when you reply from your Gmail, you can go ahead and attach that, unless you want to paste it as a link, right? So you can always paste it as a link from your Google Drive or whatever, the Google Doc that we created. But yeah, we're really not big fans of attachments in emails because they cause so many problems with Google. So if you can host your Speaker One sheet in a Dropbox or in your Google Drive or something like that and still send it as a PDF, that makes it so much easier than sending an attachment.
So is that the same with videos? Because how did AJ do it with the video? I have a video and I couldn't attach that. So I have no idea.
You can't attach video to email anyway. You got to upload your video to a host like YouTube or Vimeo or something like that, or Dropbox or Google Drive. Google email has never been able to, you've never been able to embed a video in an email. It always has to be an external link. Say Ron, and then we'll go to Paul.
Yes, thank you, Ron. So when you show us the dashboard for my page or Sean, basically, if you want to send the link for that entire dashboard, are you going just to the hyperlink, like to the upper?
So it's just so your link is just the one that you see here at the top. Let me stop sharing this. So when I go to Seyron, you can see yours is speakerhub.com/speaker Seyron-acquiry. You see that?
Okay, yeah. So if you
So
send this,
if
they
I
can
just paste
see
that in, it
everything.
should just bring
Okay.
us to your page. What was your question? Go ahead.
Yeah, so you copy and paste it. So if we want to have a shorten of this long, how we can
Yep.
put this beside your Instagram and LinkedIn signature?
Yep. So you can use whatever link shortener you want, but this is the way that we do it just to keep it standard. Also inside of your SpeakerHub Pro account, when you go into your speaker profile here, you can add that link here, down here, my brand. You go to branding kit, my brand, and you come down. We ask for your SpeakerHub profile link. So watch, I'm going to put your link in there. And when I hit save, when I go look at my signature down here at the bottom, and when I go out and come back in, it's going to put that in there. So let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Well, it was supposed to. Oh, wait a minute. Default signature. There it is. You see it. There's my SpeakerHub profile link automatically there. The system automatically adds that. You see that, guys?
Yeah, I see it. Does that mean that now I work for you? I'm just
No,
kidding.
it
I'm
means
just
that
kidding.
there's
I'm
your
just kidding.
LinkedIn. Yeah, no, you don't work for us any more than you work for LinkedIn by having a LinkedIn profile. But I will show you what some people have done, which has been pretty cool, and you may want to do it. Like, so when we type in SpeakerHub here, and we just type in company, like people who work at SpeakerHub, a lot of people put themselves as a speaker here at Stephen Durrell is a speaker at SpeakerHub. All of these people will they put themselves in as speakers at SpeakerHub, even though they don't work directly for us,
How they
right?
can do that? How you add yourself as a people in a company if you are not physically
Yeah.
working for the company?
Well, I mean, like I can make myself work for Google if I wanted to. LinkedIn doesn't verify anything, but we don't have a problem with them calling themselves a speaker at SpeakerHub. We actually encourage it. We would love for everybody to put there. That makes it easier for us, right? But here, let me turn this thing off. So here in your experience, you can put whatever you want in your experience page, right? Like LinkedIn isn't going to call Facebook and verify that I worked at Facebook, right? So I can add a position. I can come in and I can say, what's the company? Microsoft, right? I can put that there, right? Or I can put in SpeakerHub, which is what they've done, and they put themselves as a speaker, right? So some people do that, and it helps them to come up whenever people look through it. Adds a bit of credibility. So, are you sure you want to discard? Yes, discard that. I don't want any of that. But yeah, so some people do it that way too. So that's part of it. Paul, what's your question?
Thanks for that little piece of nugget, or that little nugget. That was helpful. A general question, an easy question. My book is going to be live end of next week. I'm considering upgrading to the next level. I've just been on the podcast level to the associate or whatever it is. When is the question I have is when is the best time to do that? Because the book's not out yet. There's the version, I forget the acronym for the version that you can send out to media or whoever. When is the best time to start that marketing, that further marketing on the next level when the book becomes available?
Yep. What was the last movie you saw, Paul?
The last movie?
Mm-hmm.
Sliding Doors.
Okay. And did they start advertising that movie once it hit theaters?
I know where you're going. This was an old movie, so that doesn't apply. But yeah, I know where you're going. No, they advertised earlier.
Yeah, coming soon, coming to a theater near you, right? Amazon has this thing called pre-sales, where I ordered like 3 books already. I already paid for them. They don't come out until February, right? So here's what we know, guys. I've never met anyone who went out of business because they over promoted their stuff. I've never met anybody. They said, we sold so much we went broke, right? But I have met a lot of people who didn't sell anything because they didn't promote it enough, right? Most speakers are not on stage because they don't promote themselves enough, right? Most books don't get sold because they don't promote the books enough. Most cars, all of these things, it's just lack of promotion, not over promote. And if you're in the fitness world, they have this thing called overtraining. They say, oh, I don't want to overtrain. But when you talk to the professional bodybuilders, they're like, overtraining don't exist. Like the guys, the Lee Haneys and these guys that's been doing, they're like, overtraining. We train 5 hours a day. Ain't no overtraining. So it's these little things that coaches and things have, or insecurities that we've taught other people to justify, hey, don't do this, or you don't want to do that, or you're going to do too much. No, you'll get used to it, right? So if you're working out 30 minutes a day and somebody tells you to work out 4 hours, it's going to be hard for the first month. But after a month, you're used to it. Ask anybody who plays college football. They work out all the time. But they never say, well, we don't want our team to be overtrained. Then you get your butt in that gym, you're going to be at home, right? So moral of the story, over promote, right? So when I hear someone saying, I already sent 200 pitches this month. And I think back to Odell, who paid us to send 36,000 pitches for him over a year's time, right? I'm like, that's why he wins, right? He sent 3,000 a month and he paid us to do it, 3,000 a month. Matthew Pollard, who hosted the Pro Speaker Summit, right? 2,500 pitches a month is what he paid us to send for him, right? So it's a volume game, right? You got to be able to win in spite of yourself, right? So let me give you a great example. I'm 5'5", 185 pounds, right? Average looking, over average confidence. Most people, I use dating all the time as an example. Most people want 6 feet, 6 inches, all of that. Cool. I need to talk to enough people to make sure that I can find the one who don't want 6 feet, 6 figures. Right? I just got to talk to enough. Somebody out there don't want that. Guess what? I got 6 figures in pesos, so I moved to South America. I'm rich in South America. In New York, I'm all right. In South America, in Mississippi, I'm winning. In Colombia, yeah, okay. I always joke, like people like, man, you got a nice place. I'm like, I'm never showing my house online. Like, you'll never show it. Like, you'll see this room, but you will not see where I live, right? Because I think it can give off a bad image. Now, moral of the story, what I'm saying is that usually we're not doing enough, guys. We're just not doing enough, right? Let me ask anyone on here, do you think your life would change if you went on 48 podcasts this year? It would, right? Do you think it would be even better if you did 12 association gigs on top of what you were already doing? Yeah. And if you added 4 more conferences, that would be great, right? So that would put you at 16 gigs plus 48 podcasts. That puts you in the top 10% of all speakers in the world. That's just doing the baseline without you even doing anything else. Because the average speaker only does 5 gigs. And they definitely ain't doing 50 podcasts. So for $200 a month, that's kind of our blueprint. You give us $200 a month, we'll get you on these things. We'll give you enough pitches to get on those things. But what if that's not enough? So you sent your 250 pitches and you followed up, which means you made 1,000 contacts every month. If that's not enough, guess what? You could buy more pitches. Because that may not be enough to achieve your goals. So it's your personal goals that matter, not someone else's standard. Is that fair? So Paul, how many books do you want to sell?
45,000.
Okay. Do you think you're doing enough work to reach that?
Not yet, no.
Okay. How much do you think it'll take?
A lot of work. 8
It's
hours
not
a
a
day.
number. It's not a number, right? A lot is
Yes.
not on the number scale, right? So the reason why I ask that is because a lot of times we have a goal, but we don't have gun to the heads certainty in how we're going to get there, right? And we don't really know what a lot is until we do a lot. So I'm a volume person. I talk about the number that we sent 500,000 pitches last year. To some people, that is unreasonable. They can't even think about that, right? And then I saw this guy that said, you should send 4,000 a day. And I'm like, what if he's really doing that? Right? I'm like, that's 100,000 a month. I ain't even think about doing that. I'm thinking I'm a hot shot because I sent 500,000 last year. What if I sent 100,000 a month or a million a month? I got to find all these people. So, moral of the story is volume. Don't focus on the number, focus on the work. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me give you a great example. A lot of people, when they want to get into great shape, they want to lose weight, they say, I want to lose 20 pounds. You never hear them say, I want to go to the gym every day for 4 months and see what happens. Right? I want to go work out for 2 hours a day for 4 months. If they just focused on doing that, I guarantee you they would lose 20 pounds. But that 20 pounds is the wrong thing to look at. Does that make sense? So what we try to teach here is the daily discipline of getting in, sending your pitches, and following up. Because over time, that compound interest, that compound momentum, once you've done it for 2 months, it's a habit. I'm not surprised that the same people show up every day. They've been showing up. Once I had them for 3 weeks, I know I had them forever. Because y'all got the habit of showing up for those 3 weeks. So you're going to be here every month. It's the same people all the time because they built the habit. Right? So I'm looking like, how do we get on our marketing team? I say, how do we get somebody to pitch every day for 2 weeks? We keep talking about how do we get them to send more pitches? How do we get them to pitch more consistently? Can we send them text messages? Can we send them an email? Can we keep inviting them here? Can we do the booked in 5 days challenge? Right? Which is a daily discipline thing that we're trying to build in. These are the things that we think about, Paul. So I'm not picking on you. I'm using it as an example that you can never promote too early.
Yeah, I understood. I think YSU promotes the 20-mile march is a similar thing. It's the consistency. It's the, as you said, the compound interest from a financial standpoint. So very much so makes sense.
So, yep. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just momentum. Just got to build the momentum, man. And you'll be promoting that book forever, hopefully.
Very,
Like,
yes,
when do you stop? When do you plan on stopping promoting the book?
When I retire.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be promoting that book forever, right? Yeah. Look, if you look here, let's go to Amazon real quick, and then we'll go to the next few questions. Bonnie, good to see you. Let's go to Kindle, right? So we go over here to Kindle, and I want to go to books. How do you get the books on this thing?
Yeah, I just created my
Bestsellers. There we go. There we go. I think I'm on the bestsellers over here. Okay, Kindle books. I don't know. My computer's acting dumb. What I'm trying to do is to show bestsellers. There we go, right? And books. And let's look at the best-selling books. Right? So let's go to the best-selling books in. Oh, we can look at these. Let's go to business. I know who's at the top of this one. Business and Money, best-selling. Right? So when we come over here, this book got 136,000 freaking reviews. Right? 136,000 global ratings. Atomic Habits. When did that book come out? Book was released. What's the information on it? Let's see. It was released in 2018, right? If you type in James Clear to YouTube, I guarantee you, he's still coming up talking about Atomic Habits, even to this day. James Clear. Right? He's still, look at that. This stuff gonna be coming up forever about him. Let's see, this month. How to set goals. James Clear New Year's resolution for lasting habits. You think he still ain't pushing people to that book? 3 weeks ago. That book's 7 years old. You're gonna be pushing it forever, right? So push hard. Push hard, my boy. Push hard, right? Melissa, question?
Hi, Ron. We're having so much trouble getting Faith into SpeakerHub with her own team account. I keep sending and resending the invitation, and she accepted it. She's here on the call. I'm really hoping that having.
Let's do it. So, Faith, share your screen. Faith, you there? Good to see you.
Faith, are you there? Can you share your screen?
Faith, you're muted. We can't hear you if you're live and in person.
Hi.
What up?
One moment, please. Yes.
Jasmine, while she's getting set up, you want to go ahead and ask your question?
I was going to ask in the overtime because it's about assistance, and I just wanted to leave the time for if anybody wants to talk about sharing their screens, the difference between assistance. So I'll wait till the overtime for that. Okay?
Sure. Yep. Well, you may as well ask it now because I think she may be having some problem with sharing her screen. So let's not have the dead time.
Yeah, you had, I'm thinking about, getting assistance and stuff like that. And, I hear the Philippines a lot. And I think you had mentioned also from Colombia that, it wouldn't be, I think most people go to the Philippines because it's not costly. So what is the difference between the two? I'm leery about time zones.
The time zone is a big deal, right?
Yeah.
So, if you want to be up at midnight talking to people, giving them instructions, then you should do that. We have people in 9 countries on our team. Poland, Belgium, the Philippines, Colombia, United States, Venezuela, Argentina. So we have a whole mix of people in different time zones, right? But that's for a different purpose than what you would be doing it for. Here's what I would suggest. Is if the person is just going to be sending pictures for you, it don't matter what time zone they're in.
Because that, picture, all the little technical stuff that I don't, like doing, get my LinkedIn up now that I'm free to the social media and, little stuff like that.
But here's the one thing I'll tell you. Most of that stuff should be done by you.
Yep. Yes.
Right? Because how can you tell them how to do it if you've never done it? So the worst thing you could ever do is hire someone that you have to, they don't know what to do and they'll never meet your standard because you don't know how to tell them what to do. Right? So you got 2 options. Do it yourself so that you have it standardized and then come up with the SOP so that now when you hire someone in the future, you can just give them these documents. Or you can pay a little bit more and hire people who already understand it. My first suggestion to most people, before you hire anyone full time, go on Fiverr and just hire someone for the task. Fix my LinkedIn. Cool. There's somebody on Fiverr who just fixed LinkedIn for $20. Right? I need you to set up my Go High Level. Somebody on Fiverr will fix your Go High Level for $50. And you don't have to worry about the whole, I got to manage them and learn how to deal with them and all of that stuff. Right? So a lot of times when you're first starting off, you're really doing what I call and I shouldn't say this, but it's like, how do you call it? Task-based stuff. I need this task complete. After that, I don't know what they're gonna be doing. That's kind of how most people hire people. I got somebody, they end up firing them after 2 weeks because they like, man, she ain't doing nothing. Why am I paying her $400 a week and she ain't even doing nothing, right? So, I think that the best way to do that is to use Fiverr.com,
Yeah, I
Fiverr.com,
know. Yeah.
and just get someone to do the tasks,
Yeah.
right? And
Excellent.
you can get a lot of specialists that just do those things.
Yeah.
That's good to see you, Chantel.
Yeah. My videographer, I got him Canadian base of Upwork, and he is phenomenal. You saw
Yeah,
my
so
YouTube videos. He's just phenomenal. So I lucked out with him there.
yeah, but I mean it's trial and error, but I don't think it's fair to hire someone if you don't have enough work for them because you're gonna end up firing them and they could have chose a better job, So just do the non-committal thing, and eventually you end up needing some people full time. So Melissa, are you and Faith ready to roll now?
You'd have to ask Faith. Faith, can you share your screen?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm just waiting. Yes, just give me 1 minute.
Right. So Bonnie, were you able to get everything set up? Bonnie is a new lifetime member with SpeakerHub. So good to see her. We're gonna help her get booked on more stages.
Hello, everyone. No, I didn't set up yet, but I said, well, the meeting is here, so I'm jumping in and I'm learning now, and I'll go back and do all that.
Okay, well, we're here for you every day. Every day you can
I love
we'll
it.
help you along the way.
I love that this is happening every day. Quick question. I do have a book. Does that go on the speaker one sheet? Like how does SpeakerHub help us promote book? Thank you.
Yep. So I'll show you. So let me share my screen again. Right. So let's go back to Sean's thing. I think Sean Fair, maybe here. So if you look, Sean has a book also, and he put his book right here. You see that? Effective Leadership Antidote to Corporate Dysfunction. When I click on that, it brings me right over to his Amazon where someone can buy it, right? Now, what would I do? On this $5, Amazon taking like 80% of that, right? So you're better off giving it away for free on your own website and collecting the person's email address. Because Amazon, when someone buys something from Amazon, they're Amazon's customer. They're not your customer. No different than if I sold brushes, even though I have no hair, right? If I sold brushes at Walmart, don't laugh at that, buddy. If I sold brushes at Walmart, everyone who buys the brush, Walmart's not going to give me their email address and their name. They're Walmart's customers. My product is just on their shelf. But as coaches, speakers, thought leaders, we need our own audiences so that we can kind of cut out that middleman, right? So sometimes it's better to put a landing page up where you can collect the person's email address and give them the book for free. Let me ask you this question. You saw Sean's book was $5. We know Amazon's going to take half of that, right? If I ask Sean, would you pay me $2 if I gave you the name of every person who bought your book? Heck yeah, I'll give you $2 because he know he can sell them some coaching or something else, right? So that's the same thing. Pay yourself the $2 and just put up a landing page to capture that instead of collecting $2 from Amazon from an anonymous user. You're not gonna you got to sell 8 million books to make some money there versus being able to build your list of 43,000 people like Paul wants. That 43,000 person list is gold, right? So here's what you normally will see. Let me give you this funnel. Faith, whenever you're ready, we are ready. Interrupt me and I'm ready to roll with you, right?
So on that book and article section, I could list my book and put the link to its page on my website rather than Amazon.
Look what this dude did. You see, I bought this book off of Amazon, right? It's this guy, Dan Martell. It's called Software as a Science, right? But you know what he does? He runs ads on Facebook, and he don't send people to Amazon, but he still puts that Amazon thing up there so you know it's in Amazon. But he says, hey, if you come to my page, this book sells for, down here at the bottom, it says it sells for $23 on Amazon. But if you just put your information, I'll mail it to you myself if you just cover the shipping. So you give him $8, he'll send it to you anywhere in the world. No, why is he doing that? Because he wants my information himself. He knows that every book he sells through Amazon, he doesn't even know who that person is.
Yeah, I get
Make
you.
sense?
I hear it.
And then you know what else he's done? He made a bonus section. So inside the book, he says, if you log into the book bonus area, I'll give you the worksheets and the software and the calculators that you can use to calculate all these things that we're doing. Why? Because he got to get the people off of Amazon over into his world too. So a lot of times speakers will write a book and they don't have any calls to actions in the books to get people out of the book and onto their email list. So at the end of each chapter, put a summary with a checklist or a download that goes with that chapter so that the person has a reason to come and log in and get your stuff and give you their email account out of Amazon. Is that fair?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see how the out of Amazon part of it works. In my book,
Yeah,
I have
you got to get them out of Amazon.
in my book, I have a QR that leads to a printable journal for it for people to do the path. That's what you're
You can
talking
do
about
that, but
too.
be sure with your QR. Let me show you how to do this. Let me give you a little trick. Here it is. Come in here and go to this area right here that says speaker QR and create a QR code here. And what you do is put the resource link right there to the download. So when they shine it, it puts the thing in and then they can download the thing, right?
Okay.
And what it ends up doing is that, I mean, now you can do this with your regular QR code too, but what I'm saying is you want to capture their email address. You just don't want to do QR directly to the document. QR to a landing page where they have to enter their name and email address.
To get the journal. Yeah, got that. Okay. Yeah.
Got it?
Well, that's helpful. Thank you for helping me think that through.
Yeah, this is what we do, man. We got to help you win. So Faith, you want to go ahead? I got 7 minutes, guys. So we're going to help Faith get logged in and then we're going to head over to Erica. Faith, you ready? Go ahead and share.
Yes, I am.
We're just waiting on you to share your screen.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Here we can. Okay, it's coming up now. Coming up now. Progress.
Okay.
So continue with Google. Up at the top, it says continue with Google. There you go.
Yeah.
Click there. And then your Google window should pop up and you're in. There it is. Problem solved. All right.
No.
That no account was found. That's
You
not
keep
the email
saying
that was, but that's not the right email that you used. Right. So click on continue with Google again at the top. The continue with Google button. Now don't worry about any of that. Don't ever use that. There you go.
okay. It keeps
So you're
coming
using
back
the,
to
but
this
you're
page.
signing in with the wrong email. You got to pick the email that we sent the, not, again,
This is the
okay,
email.
okay. You got to go continue with Google, but when you select the emails on Google, put that email account in there. Here, I'll tell you which one it is. I have it here. I'll look it up
Faith,
for you.
use the Faith Ogechi email.
Hold on, let me confirm which one it is.
Okay.
So, Melissa, let me see.
Let's try this again.
Hold on. But yeah, whenever the Google window pops up, you have to be sure to use the correct email in that Google window. Nope, don't do that.
No.
That's the wrong page. It's the login where it says, okay. All right.
That's the page that pops up.
It looks
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I know. No, 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 no. Don't do anything else. Just stop for a second. Because what's going to
okay.
end up, just give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right. So on your page there, under the bottom, it says already have an account. You see that at the bottom?
Yes.
Click there where it says already have an account, log in. Click there.
Okay.
Okay. Now click continue with Google. And when that pops up, put in the Faith Agoji email in the pop-up window.
Okay.
There you go. You're in. Problem solved. Got it? All right. So Erica, we got a couple minutes here.
Yes.
Yes. I wanted to reach out because I have a charge on my account still for the pro, and I'm a lifetime member now, and
One
was
second. Let
wondering
me
if
get
those are
that.
two different things. Okay.
Yep. Let me see if I can get this refunded for you. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
Thank you. That's okay.
A lot of moving parts. So let's go ahead and
Yes.
get this refunded. Yep. I saw it happen on January 15th.
Yes.
All right. So you just refunded and I sent you the receipt to info@Erica Shoemate.
Thank you.
Yep. Anything else, guys? This has been good, dude. This is a great. Congrats to Bart. Bart's back. Bart with his championship jersey on. You know, he, Bart has been promoting Ohio State since November when I didn't even think they was gonna make it to the. I thought that they coach would have did something goofy by then. AJ is the biggest Ohio State fan, but the biggest Ohio State coach hater. He hates the coach at Ohio State. He wanted them to lose just so they had to fire the coach. So he was
good
about
now, though.
screaming at the TV.
He's good now, though.
Yeah, for the next 5 years, he's gonna be there, right? But any other questions, guys? Good to see you guys.
you want to show
This is always fun. Huh?
Do you want to show speakercoworking.com?
Yeah. So if you have anyone that you know that's a speaker and they need help getting booked more, you can easily invite them to join us here or watch the past videos just by going to Speaker Co-working. We own a bunch of domains around.
Newly launched.
Yeah. We built this out because we wanted to make it easier for people to find us. I think if I can spell it right, speakercoworking.com is the new homepage for our trainings where you can come in, you can see what people have said, hear the videos. This is an old one from October, but we got the new ones up too. But yeah, you can watch any of these. We got the old ones here all the way. Every episode is always there. So if you ever forget, it's always at speakercoworking.com. We're going to try our best to make it as easy as possible for you. We're going to get Juliana in here to teach a lot about how speaker websites should be set up. She spent the last 4 years working in a web development agency focused only on speaker websites and getting them optimized. So when we were able to steal her to bring her over to help us with marketing, we did. So we got a lot of cool people on our team. It's growing every day. I think we're at 20 full-time people now, or 19 full-time people, and about 16 contractors that help us. So, yeah, I remember a couple of years ago, I was like, Ange, I think we're going to be up to 50 people very soon, and we're almost there. So we're going to keep growing the business. Thanks to you all. Thanks for everything you all have done. Thanks for supporting us and allowing us to support you guys with what you're doing. So here are all the co-working calls. You can share with anybody who you know that is like, man, I want to be a speaker. Well, send them to these calls. We be dropping gems. This is better than what most people's paid coaching programs teach. Why? Because I actually have done what they're teaching. Most coaches have only booked themselves, right? So I stand in the third party position where I had to book hundreds of other people. Right. So if you think about what we talk about, we don't focus on how to write a speech because that ain't what I'm good at. What I'm good at is getting you on the right stages. They focus on how to write a speech. And then the last chapter of their course is how to get booked because they know you're not going to make it there. right? So we focus on getting you booked. This is what we do. This is what we want you to be doing, which is sending more pitches to get on more stages. So anything we can do to accelerate that, let us know. The only limit you have in pitching is yours. You can pitch as much as you want. You can follow up as much as you want.